The wind howled across the eastern ramparts of the imperial city, carrying with it the distant roar of approaching waves and the faint scent of salt. Ling Han stood resolute, his gaze as sharp as the edge of a newly forged blade. Beside him, Helian Sun Shui's worry painted delicate shadows across her features. Ling Han, think carefully. Do you truly wish to spill their blood? She asked, her voice threaded with unease. He met her gaze with the calm certainty of one who had already walked through fire. The sea race approaches, he said evenly. Their arrival is inevitable. If I show them mercy now, it only delays the reckoning. They've already trampled over us, acted without shame. Why spare them when the battlefield awaits? Helian Shunshui's eyes flickered with hesitation. Our strength, it is still too fragile. Growth takes time. Ling Han shook his head, a wry smile tugging at his lips. Did you hear them? If we weren't found in a month, the entire imperial city would burn. Tell me, when that time comes, would I hand you over? Do they truly understand whose territory this is? His words were steel, unyielding as the northern cliffs. A shadow of a smirk passed over Helian Shunshui's face, though concern lingered. And if the Shanyu family sends a shattering void tier elite next time? What then? Ling Han's smile widened, cool and confident. Then we shall serve it cold. The promise was not arrogance, but a calculated strategy, with the power of the Black Tower coursing within him, and his mastery of the Ice Dragon ground blast formation ascending. He could seize the shattering void tier strength when the moment demanded. In a world where only might commanded respect, hesitation was a luxury reserved for the weak. On the eastern side of the city, the Shanyu uncle and nephew knelt in chains upon the high platform, remnants of their earlier punishment still vivid on their bodies. The memory of Zhu Longxin and Chanfeng's 100 lashes hung heavily in the air. Shanyu Dongming's voice rang out, a tempest of pride and desperation. Human, your audacity will summon death upon you. I am of the North Sea's Shanyu royal family, its future lord. Touch a hair of mine, and 30 shattering void tears of the royal family will crush all before them. The onlookers trembled. Over 30 shattering void tier warriors in unthinkable force. Yet Ling Han's eyes held no fear, only a steely resolve. He stepped forward, his palm striking Shanyu Dongming's face with the precision of a master's palm strike, twisting it and silencing his threats instantly. Groans replaced words. Pride turned to stupefaction. Shanyu Cheng, wiser and calmer, attempted persuasion instead. We meant no harm. We sought only a woman. Allow us to leave, and we will compensate you. There is reward awaiting should you aid us. Ling Han's laughter rang across the platform, a blade in its resonance. Foolish, you claim no ill intentions now? Do you take me for a simpleton? My intent is clear. I shall end you both. Another palm met Shanyu Dongming's cheek. In my imperial palace, to threaten and act with impunity, then claim innocence. You open my eyes indeed. Desperation tempered Shanyu Cheng's words. Human, forgive us for the sake of the royal family. His sincerity, a fragile bridge to survival, fell upon Ling Han's laughter. Courteous now, yet absent before, fate decrees we cannot align, for the woman you seek is mine. Shock rippled through Shanyu Dongming. Helian Shun Shui, and even Ling Han himself, stood before them, proof of the unforeseen, the unthinkable. Blood surged with indignation as the reality sank in. Ling Han raised the revered life sword, its blade glinting like a shard of starlight. Time for execution, his voice thundered, carrying the weight of imperial decree. The prestige of the great Ling Empire is unassailable. Any who defy it shall meet their end. One strike, one life, heart pierced and shattered. The execution was precise, deliberate. Even the 9th tier rare metal of Shan Yucheng's body could not forestall fate, though it slowed the inevitability, prolonging the demonstration of power. The crowd knelt, a tide of reverence sweeping the city. Ling Han's command was absolute. Great Ling Empire feared no foreign adversary, and those who dared trespass would be annihilated. Word of the Emperor's iron-blooded decisiveness spread, embedding his image in every heart and mind across the northern region. Returning to the palace, Ling Han's moment of respite was broken by a sharp premonition. "Who's there?" he demanded, the air around him suddenly taut with tension. From the shadows emerged a red-haired beauty, her curves swaying with lethal grace, her eyes glinting with power. Yi Shuang Shuang, a shattering void tier elite, had revealed herself. Such keen perception, she purred. This lady was careless, but one glimpse of your aura gave me away. Ling Han's vigilance sharpened instantly, even with Black Tower's enhancement. Confronting a high-level shattering void tier like her was perilous. She circled him, her tone teasing, sharp as a drawn blade. I came to help, yet you look upon me with suspicion. How amusing. Ling Han's smile was calm, a reflection of inner control. Your aid is noted. Rare indeed is one who meddles in my affairs without ulterior motive. Yi Shuang's gaze swept over the scene, then fell on the small figure of Hu Niu. And that little one, peculiar. Perhaps a disciple is in order, she mused. Hu Niu's indignation flared instantly, cheeks puffed in defiance. Ling Han gestured with a playful hand. And how will you assist me then? The beauty's smirk sharpened. Twofold. Reluctantly embrace retirement as empress and witness the so-called power of a nation. Laughable, yet enlightening. Her words dripped with challenge. Ling Han's chuckle rang through the hall. Perhaps an imperial maid shall suit you? Yi Shuang's eyes narrowed, danger coiling in their depths. To dare jest with this lady, do you court death? Ling Han raised his hands, feigning innocence. A mere jest, cannot we maintain friendship despite it? Her laughter, bright and dangerous, echoed. Young master, your audacity is underestimated. Indeed, I misjudged you. Ling Han's expression turned mock serious. Now, do enlighten me. What of this power of a nation? The challenge hung in the air, a spark waiting for the storm. The air in the grand hall shimmered with the subtle pulse of spiritual energy, a quiet tension threading through every corner. Ling Han, composed as ever, faced Yi Shuang, whose eyes glimmered with a sharp, almost mischievous light. You should ask where it's right, she declared, her tone carrying the weight of authority mingled with playful scorn. Ling Han inclined his head calmly, offering an open mind. Please, instruct me. A smirk tugged at Yi Shuang's lips. And where is the tea? The tribute to acknowledge a master? Brat, do you truly expect to receive lessons without offering respect? Ling Han chuckled softly. And are you giving them freely? His words carried both humor and the subtle defiance of one unafraid of being tested. Yi Shuang's glare cut through him like a thin blade. Brat, seeking death again, are you? With measured composure, Ling Han signaled the palace maids, and soon the scent of fragrant tea and fresh fruits filled the room. Teacher Yi, please sit and allow your student to seek guidance, he said, voice steady as rippling water. Yes! Yi Shuang seated herself with the poise of a sovereign, yet her smile carried both benevolence and cunning. Seeing your sincerity, this lady shall instruct you. A soft cough followed, and her words grew grave. In the divine realm, nations are arranged in 4 tiers: Heaven's Court, Sovereign's Court, Emperor's Court, and King's Court. The heavens themselves dictate the order, for territory size and elite quality determine the rank. Caprice has no place here. A Mayfly world could never give rise to a sovereign court. It lacks the qualification. Ling Han's brow furrowed in thought. Previously, Fatima established the Purple Moon King's court, yet now it is the Purple Moon Emperor's court. I had not imagined such inconsistency. Yi Shuang nodded, her gaze steady. That impudent fool had been buried for ages and dared to claim the title of Emperor's court. Fortunately, the divine realm does not tolerate such arrogance, or it would have been leveled. Ling Han's curiosity sharpened. Then how can it be called an Emperor's court? Do not dwell on it now. Should you ever truly split the heavens, the answer will reveal itself. Until then, pondering it is wasteful, she said, waving a hand with the grace of flowing silk. In truth, your so-called King's Court is scarcely deserving of its name. Only a shattering void-tier guardian can uphold it. Ling Han shrugged lightly. Then let us speak of matters more practical. Yi Shuang rolled her eyes, though a flicker of amusement crossed her expression. Practical, yes, but clarity demands detail. Listen carefully. Establishing a nation is but the first step. True power lies not in its mere existence, but in its influence, its fortune. And this power emerges from the faith and devotion of its subjects. Only through their reverence can a nation's strength be drawn. Ling Han absorbed this, the concept resonating with his understanding. Popular sentiment as a vessel for power. Yet, Yi Shuang's next words carried a challenge. But ordinary people have not seen you, and a nation is abstract. How can they place faith in something they cannot touch? The question struck deep. Ling Han fell into contemplation. Then what is to be done? You require a totem, Yi Shuang Shuang replied, her tone crisp and deliberate. A symbol to crystallize belief, to gather the devotion of the masses. From this, the power of the nation can be drawn. Ling Han's mind raced. You seem well versed in the affairs of the divine realm. Are you from there? He asked, curiosity piqued. A sly smile curved her lips. He, perhaps you shall guess. He let the question pass. How is this totem fashioned? Her explanation was precise, a lesson in the art of nationhood. Choose an object, place it in the ancestral shrine, and spread its image across your domain. Faith will form, coalescing into spiritual will. In times of war, the totem of the vanquished weakens, while that of the victor strengthens. This is the cornerstone of a nation. Ling Han weighed her words carefully. His first instinct reached for the true dragon, son of heaven, blessed by celestial decree, yet hesitation followed. Recent actions against the sea race rendered such a choice morally complex, and he recognized that dragons, while majestic, were not inviolable. Their power could be matched, even surpassed, in the mortal and divine realms alike. Then his gaze fell upon the Black Tower. Its secrets were profound, its form unmistakable. Though subtly altered, its shape would still resonate as a symbol across the nation. Yes, the Black Tower would be the totem. He looked to Yi Shuang Shuang. In the future, you shall remain to be revered and offer counsel when needed. Assist in dismissing threats when they arise. And what reward do I receive? She asked, eyebrow raised. Enjoy the offerings of this place freely, Ling Han replied with a grin. Do you take this lady for a chowhound? She asked, sourly yet with a sparkle of amusement. Chowhounds thrive on indulgence. The more they eat, the stronger they grow. Who knew, interjected, eyes lingering with envy on the lady's form. Laughter erupted from Yi Shuang Shuang as she scooped Who Knew into a playful embrace. Such a lively child! This lady wishes to hug you all day. Damn it! New does not wish such attention, he protested, wriggling energetically. Ling Han ignored their playful squabble, focusing instead on the Black Tower's totem. Its form, slightly modified yet unmistakable, was dispatched as an imperial edict to every corner of the Northern Territories. Its spiritual influence would take time to fully manifest, but the foundation was laid. As Yi Shuang Shuang explained, a corporeal embodiment of the totem would rise atop the imperial palace, guarding the city. The strength of the nation's subjects would fortify it, and unity of hearts would amplify its power. With clarity and purpose, Ling Han set about constructing the Ice Dragon ground blast formation within the Black Tower. 108 formation eyes were meticulously positioned. Short swords, imbued with spiritual resonance, hovered in precise patterns, forming the lattice of the formation. Spirit chi surged, gathering like a river of light, condensing into a towering white pillar. The air chilled instantly, spirit chi swirling violently, as the pillar morphed into the form of a colossal ice dragon, heralding the birth of a nation's guardian.